Why are so many Afghans being deported from Pakistan? Isn't deportation a global phenomenon? Indeed it is. But today we focus our lens on the peculiar situation of Afghans in Pakistan, a scenario that compels us to question, why is this happening? Is there a larger narrative at play here, a narrative that goes beyond borders and resonates globally? It's time to delve beneath the surface, to unravel the intricacies. Let's delve deeper into this issue and uncover the truth behind these deportations. To understand the present, we must first delve into the past. Let's rewind to the late 20th century. The Soviet invasion of Afghanistan in 1979 forced millions of Afghans to flee their homeland. They sought refuge in neighboring countries, and Pakistan, with its shared border and cultural ties, became a major destination. For decades, Pakistan accommodated these refugees, providing them with shelter and basic necessities. The Afghan refugees, in turn, integrated into the local economy, often working in low-income jobs. Over time, they established their lives in Pakistan, raising families and creating a vibrant Afghan diaspora. However, the situation changed at the turn of the century. As the political landscape shifted, the welcome mat for Afghan refugees began to fray. Tensions rose, and the Pakistani government started to see the large Afghan population as an issue rather than an obligation. And so we find a large Afghan population in Pakistan, but why are they being deported now? The reasons for deportation are multifaceted and complex. Firstly, let's talk about economic factors. Pakistan, like many other countries, has a finite amount of resources. The influx of Afghan refugees has put significant strain on these resources, particularly in terms of employment and social services. The competition for jobs has increased, leading to a rise in unemployment among local citizens. This, coupled with the cost of providing basic services to the refugees, has put a financial burden on the government. Next, security concerns. There is a perception, whether right or wrong, that the refugees pose a security risk. It's not uncommon for governments to associate refugees with crime or terrorism, and Pakistan is no exception. This perspective has been fueled by instances of violence involving Afghan refugees, even though such cases represent a tiny fraction of the refugee population. Then there are political pressures. The presence of Afghan refugees has been a contentious issue in Pakistani politics for decades. There are political factions that call for their deportation on the grounds of national security and economic stability. These voices have grown louder in recent years, pushing the government towards a more hardline stance. Lastly, international relations also play a role. Pakistan's relationship with Afghanistan and the international community at large is affected by the refugee situation. Deportations can be seen as a political tool, a way to exert pressure or send a message. These factors are not unique to Pakistan. Many countries around the world grapple with similar issues when dealing with refugees. The balance between humanitarian responsibility and national interest is a delicate one, often leading to difficult decisions. These are the main reasons that have led to the mass deportation of Afghans from Pakistan, but what are the implications of these deportations? Deportations do not occur in a vacuum, they have far-reaching implications. When we speak of the deportations from Pakistan, the effects ripple outwards, touching various aspects of life in both nations. Let's discuss some of these implications. Firstly, the Afghan economy feels the brunt of these deportations. With a significant number of its workforce being forcibly returned, the economy faces a sudden drop in productivity. This is compounded by the fact that many of the deported individuals were sending remittances back home, a source of income that abruptly ceases. Secondly, there's a mounting humanitarian crisis. Many of those being deported have spent the majority of their lives in Pakistan. Their sudden displacement leaves them in a state of uncertainty and economic instability, leading to increased vulnerability and a heightened risk of exploitation. Lastly, these deportations place a strain on Afghan-Pakistani relations. The issue has become a point of contention, with both sides citing different reasons and justifications. This tension serves to further complicate an already complex geopolitical landscape. In summary, the deportation of Afghans from Pakistan is a complex issue driven by a mix of economic, security, and political factors. It is a topic that deserves our attention and understanding. The discourse around it should be informed, empathetic, and driven by a desire for equitable solutions. Let's keep the conversation going and let's keep seeking understanding.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.